Hey, welcome to Retired Now What, the podcast that's here to guide you through the exciting journey of retirement. Whether you're asking yourself now what or eager to explore the untapped possibilities in this new chapter, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Michael Kiffmeyer, and together we will discover how to repurpose your knowledge, embrace mastery, and live a purpose driven life. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone. This is Michael Kiffmeyer, and I want to welcome you to episode number 15. And today we're going to talk about 10 ways to help you cultivate a resilient mindset. Even though you may be retired, your mind hasn't shut off, and you need to um, pull on your past experiences and think about different ways that you can make your mind stronger so that whatever phase you are in your life, you can continue on and on. I got about 10 ways or 10 suggestions I like to provide you with. Number one, I think you need to practice self compassion. We have a hard time not beating ourselves up on a consistent basis. We want everything to be perfect. You need to treat yourself with kindness and understanding when faced with setbacks. Recognize that everyone's experiences challenges, and it's how you come over those challenges that make you the stronger person. Reflect back on past experiences. You know, you ran into roadblocks before throughout your life, and I want you to think back, how did you overcome those? What made you the success that you have been throughout your life? And can you use those lessons to become a success now that you've retired in whatever fashion that success may mean to you? I want you to embrace a growth mindset. When we talk about mindset, I want to share with you that there are people that have it's never going to change mindset and those that have a growth mindset. And if you're open to growth, if you're open to new ideas, you're going to be absolutely amazed at how successful you can be in the future. Just pull back from all those experiences you had. And when you overcame an obstacle in the past, think back on how you did it and what made you so resilient. I always like to surround myself with people of a like mindset, or people that even might have uh, a more progressive mindset than I do. Throughout my life, I'm an individual that's always liked to be challenged. And perhaps that's you as well. So I like to encourage you to seek inspiration from others, because sometimes when you read or you go to conferences, you go to different meetings, you can sit on a item that you might not think is important, but then you start to remunerate it in your mind. You say, you know what? I really like what that person said. Success leaves clues. And if you see somebody that has something that you like or living their life in a way that you feel that you'd like to emulate, you don't have to steal everything from them, but you can emulate them. You can use the path that they've already followed, and it can also work for you. You don't always have to reinvent the wheel, but what you can do is you can see what others say, what others show you, and you can emulate what they have done by putting your own twist to it, something that makes you feel unique to yourself and to whoever you talk to in the future. You need to set realistic expectations. You know, one of the worst challenges or worst, I guess, problems that we have as human beings is we want everything perfect. And I want to share with you that it's better to put something out there than trying to perfect it over and over again. People like people that are vulnerable. they learn from your stories, and some of those stories may not be so enticing, but they kind of help make up the person you are today. And when you talk in that kind of mindset, and when you kind of share with individuals, well, here's what happened to me in the past, etc. It does a couple things. Number one, people like it that you're genuine. Number two, they like it that you're honest. And more importantly, they like that you're very willing to show your vulnerability, which kind of helps them, whoever they may be, to say, you know what, I can do this too, or I can kind of follow the path that she followed, and maybe it'll work for me. This works really well when you're stuck. And many of us have gotten stuck in our own mind, and we get stuck because we're still playing with perfectionism. We're still trying to make everything just perfect. I'll give you a great example. Today I was working and building a challenge that I was going to offer to some of my uh, audience and my clients and possible new clients. And I found myself stuck in a mindset. And all of a sudden, something I should be able to do inside of, say, an hour, all of a sudden I looked up and I had about 2.5 hours gone. That's what I mean about trying to be perfect in everything you want to do. And this can even go for hobbies. I mean, if you have a hobby that you really enjoy, if there's something you want to do around your house or even your automobiles, try to do the best you can, but don't waste time beating yourself up and trying to do everything perfection. Imperfection makes you more appealing to other individuals. And if you do what I do, you're talking to an audience, people are very, very forgiving. They just want you to be honest. Remember, people relate to those that they know, like, and trust. Remember that in the back of your mind. You need to practice gratitude. No matter what you're trying to do or what kind of pressure you're putting on yourself, you always try to say, well, I got to do this and whatever else, etc., etc. That's great, but I want you to think back and you say, you know what? I'm very thankful that I have retired. I have a decent income, and now I can do whatever it is I want to do. And you need to wake up every morning and tell yourself what you're grateful for. Because once you tell yourself what you're grateful for, others start to get your vibe and they start to feed off of that. And that makes you a more attractive person in front of others. It makes you a more attractive person to yourself. You need to make sure you have support around you, okay? And you can't, no man or woman is an island. You can't just live in isolation. You need to interact with others. And if that wasn't true, then we would all just be, I guess, geniuses and just do everything by ourselves. But we have so much information out there today that we can pull from. And when you're beating yourself up on a constant basis because you're stuck, you're retired, and you're saying, now what am I going to do? Give yourself some grace and kind of try to reach out either over the internet or groups, your church, just your friends, and kind of have a discussion. Because especially those that are retired, um, there's plenty people that you talk with possibly on a weekly basis. They're in the same boat that you are, and they're trying to figure things out. You've heard me say before, the retirement game has changed. And I came across something the other week that I got a kick out of. And this athletic trainer had started a group called the Bionic Boomers. And what basically what he's trying to show people, yeah, I know you got arthritis, your joints hurt, etc. But there's exercises you can do to help you get through it. Isn't it a much better way than to sit around and complain about your aches and pains? It's a phase of life. You need to work your way through it. Probably another thing I would suggest of you, or to you, excuse me, is you need to stay flexible. When you have a growth mindset, you're open to new ideas. Just because it's not the way you did it in the past doesn't mean it's not a better way to do it now, whatever it may be. I want you to think about the course of your lifetime, all the different jobs and even careers that used to be are no longer there. Things have changed. And if you're flexible, you can adapt. And if you're flexible, you can pivot and you say, I used to do this, then I did this, but it's not fitting my needs and it's not working any longer. So perhaps I need to open my mind up to new opportunities, whatever they may be, new hobbies, new way of perhaps even living your life, and ask yourself, do I have what's within me, the ability to pivot? I think you're going to be much happier if you do that rather than trying to pound a square peg into a round hole. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Be adult enough to step up and tell yourself, you know what, this is not working anymore. And if you need help, like I said, reach out to friends and colleagues and even family members. Say, I'm really struggling right now. I really could use some help. Here's what I'm thinking. Give me your thoughts, and can you help me kind of think if my thinking is straight, or do you think I'm way off base? And you don't have to take everything someone says, but you at least need to listen, and you need to start making the decision. Is this something that I can do, or is this something I just want to reject all the time? You know, immediately. You need to keep things in perspective. And what I mean by that, keeping things in perspective, you need to understand everything is not all consuming. You need to remember setbacks are just temporary. And you have lived long enough, and you've experienced enough life that setbacks are temporary. You can work your way through it, and you need to give yourself the grace to do so. One of the things that I want to do in this community is I want us to help each other, because many of us that listen to this podcast, we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat that we had an idea what we're going to do that when we retired, and we did a lot of it. But then maybe 2, 3 years later, we're saying, you know, I'm kind of searching for a new identity. Now, what is it that I do? What is it I'm all about? And different from when you work for somebody else or an organization, they kind of told you what your identity was. Now you get to choose it, and you need to do what you want to do, and do it within your time frame. And if it doesn't feel good, you need to drop that and pivot to somebody else. You need to stay in the present, and you need to cultivate deep thoughts and that might match your values and what you stand for. Nothing worse than trying to be something that I can't do. This is not for me. I don't want to do this. Okay. So I suggest to you that you keep an open mindset, and you kind of take everything in and think about it. And if something doesn't fit your values and it doesn't fit what your morals are all about, then step away from it. It's not good for you. So I hope this has been inspirational to you. If not inspirational, at least it's given you some ideas on how you might want to think about your future. If you need some help, I'd surely like you to reach out to me at michael@michaelkiffmeyer.com. And my last name is spelled KIFFMEYER.com. And if I don't have the answers for you, I surely will find them for you. I thank you for listening, and I enjoy everybody's on this that's on this podcast that we do weekly. I'd also like to get you to share this with friends, colleagues, and maybe even family members. If you have fellow friends that have retired, chances are probably real good. They're struggling as well. They're trying to figure out what their place in this life is now. Share this podcast with them, okay? And if I can't give the answers, maybe some of the folks on this podcast on a weekly basis can. I thank you very much. And next week will be episode number 16. If you have any ideas of different areas that you would like me to speak on, please send them or DM me off of Facebook, and we'll certainly attack that subject. Remember, this podcast is for you. My mission is to serve others. I work for and served organizations, large organizations, for many years. Now my mission is to serve you, to help you, and to make a difference. I thank you again and hope to talk to you soon. Bye now. Thanks for tuning in to Retired Now What? I hope today's conversation has given you some valuable insights as you navigate the journey of life after retirement. Always remember, life doesn't stop after retirement. It's an opportunity for a new beginning.